Hello everyone, I'm Jayashree. Welcome to my channel and to this tutorial for the Crochet Patterned Sweater. The sweater is worked using the top down in the round method. We begin at the neckline, working the yoke, moving down to the body and finishing off at the edging that you see at the bottom of the top. We then attach yarn to the armholes and work the sleeves. If you are new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe, and to everyone that has subscribed, a big thank you. Let's begin. Begin with a slip knot. Chain 112. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Continue to 112 chains. Now that the chain is complete, I need to join the chain that's on the hook to the first chain. To do that, make certain that this entire chain is not twisted. And we'll join with a slip stitch. Round 1, chain 1. And here we'll single crochet into the same stitch as chain 1. Into that same stitch, single crochet. Then it's single crochet into the remaining chains. Continue to the end of the round. I've completed round 1 with those single crochets, so to end the round, it's slip stitch into that first single crochet from the start. Round 2, chain 3. Chain 3 counts as a double crochet. Then it's into that same stitch as chain 3, we'll double crochet, and that's yarn over, insert your hook into the stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, go through 2 loops on the hook. Then it's a chain 2, and into that same stitch where we've worked the chain 3 and the double crochet, we'll work 2 more double crochets. So that's 1, and that's 2. So we have 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets. Then we'll skip the next 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and into that 4th stitch we'll work 2 double crochets. So that's 1, 2, then it's a chain 2 and 2 more double crochets, all into the 1 stitch. So the stitch pattern for round 2 is skip 3 stitches into the next stitch, work 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets, all into 1 stitch. Continue with the pattern to the end of the round. I'm at the end of round 2 with 3 stitches to go. So to complete the round, I will slip stitch into the 3rd chain from chain 3. Round 3, slip stitch twice to get into the chain 2 space. Then it's chain 3. Chain 3 counts as a double crochet. So again for this round we'll repeat round 2 and we'll work those 2 double crochets, chain 2 double crochets into the chain 2 spaces from the round before. So the chain 3 counts as a double crochet, and here's another. Then it's chain 2 and 2 double crochets into that same chain 2 space. So we'll skip the next few stitches, and into that next chain 2 space work 2 double crochets, 1, 2, chain 2, 2 double crochets. Continue with the pattern to the end of the round. I'm at the end of round 3, and to end again here, I'll slip stitch into the 3rd chain from chain 3 from the start. Round 4 is an increase round. Again, I'll slip stitch to get into that chain 2 space. So for the increase rounds, we'll increase the amount of double crochets worked. So we'll begin with a chain 3, which counts as a double crochet. Then instead of working 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets, we'll work 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 double crochets. So the pattern is into every chain 2 space, 3 double crochets, 2, 3, chain 2, 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3. Continue with the pattern to the end of the round. I've completed round 4 and round 5. For round 4, I slip stitched into chain 3 to join. Round 5, I slip stitched to get into that first chain 2 space. I then continued to repeat round 4, which was the 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets into every chain 2 space. I ended the round slip stitching into the chain 3 from the start. I've completed round 6 and round 7. Round 6 was an increase round where I worked 4 double crochets, chain 2, 4 double crochets into every chain 2 space from the previous round. And round 7 was a repeat of round 6 with the 4 double crochets, chain 2, 4 double crochets. Even though I haven't completed the yoke, I'll place 4 stitch markers to mark off the back, the armhole spaces, and the front. So okay, so we at round 8. Here I'll chain 3. Chain 3 always counts as a double crochet. So now I need to bring up the stitches to meet the edges of the pattern sequence. So that's chain 3, which counts as a double crochet. Into the next stitch I'll work another double crochet. Into the next stitch I'll work a half double crochet. It's yarn over, insert the hook into the stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through all 3 loops on the hook. Then it's a single crochet into the next stitch. Into that chain 2 space, a single crochet into the next stitch. Here I'll work that half double crochet, and here I have 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches. Into those 4 stitches I'll work double crochets. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Into the next stitch a half double crochet, then it's 1, and then it's the chain 2 space and the next stitch. So it's 3 stitches. I'll work those single crochets. So that's one single crochet into the chain 2 space, another single crochet, and into the next stitch another single crochet. Then again it's the half double crochet. Then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Into those 4 stitches I'll work double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4. Into the next stitch a half double crochet. Then it's 3 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, a half double crochet into the next stitch, and then it's 4 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, a half double crochet, a single crochet, a single crochet into that chain 2 space marked by the stitch marker, and I'll stop there. You see that I've brought up the pattern so that I've got a straight edge here. Okay, so I'm at that first stitch marker, and here on for the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these pattern sequences, I'll be working the sleeve. So then it's yarn over and into that chain 2 space. I'll continue with the pattern, only this time I'm working 5 double crochets, chain 2, 5 double crochets into that chain 2 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, chain 2, and 5 double crochets. 2, 3, 4, and 5. So continue with 5 double crochets, chain 2, 5 double crochets into the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chain 2 spaces before the second stitch marker. I've completed the pattern sequence, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in between stitch marker 1 and 2. Then it's single crochet into that chain 2 space marked by stitch marker 2. Then it's a single crochet into the next stitch, followed by a half double crochet, 4 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then it's a half double crochet and 3 single crochets, 1, 2, 3. So continue with the pattern to stitch marker 3. Again, in between stitch marker 2 and 3 we'll be leveling off the pattern. I'm at the chain 2 space marked by the 3rd stitch marker, and I've worked that single crochet into the chain 2 space. So again here from stitch marker 3 to stitch marker 4 is an armhole or the shoulder. So we'll continue with the pattern here, working that 5 double crochet, 2, 5 double crochet into the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chain 2 spaces. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, chain 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Continue to the chain 2 space just before our last stitch marker. I've completed the 5 double crochet, chain 2, 5 double crochet in between stitch marker 3 and stitch marker 4. I'll now single crochet into that chain 2 space marked by stitch marker 4 and then work another single crochet, then it's a half double crochet and 4 double crochets, 1 into the next 4 stitches, 2, 3, 4, then it's a half double crochet and 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, 3 single crochet, a half double crochet, again 4 double crochets into the next 4 stitches, 3, 4, a half double crochet into the next stitch, single crochet, single crochet, and the third single crochet, then it's a half double crochet and our 4 double crochets, 2, 3, 4, a double crochet, a half double crochet into the next stitch, then it's 1 single crochet, the next single crochet into that chain 2 space, a single crochet, half double crochet, double crochet, and the last double crochet to end the round. Then it's slip stitch into the third chain from chain 3. So notice that for the back body I've straightened off the stitches, and for the sleeves I've still left the pattern, and for the front body I've straightened off the stitches. Round 9, chain 3. Chain 3 counts as a double crochet. Here I'll double crochet to the first sleeve pattern. So continue with double crochets to our chain 5 double crochet, chain 2, 5 double crochet stitch pattern. I've worked those double crochets and I'm now at the sleeve pattern. So I'll skip the next few stitches, and into that chain 2 space it's 5 double crochets, 3, 4, 5, chain 2, 5 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll work the 5 double crochet, chain 2, 5 double crochet into the chain 2 spaces. I've completed the 5 double crochet, chain 2, 5 double crochet pattern along the sleeve. So then it's to move on, it's double crochet into the stitches along the front body. So I've skipped those few stitches from the chain 5 double crochet of the previous round, and I've worked my double crochet into the stitch from the front body. Continue with double crochets to the next sleeve pattern. I've worked those double crochets and I'm now at the sleeve pattern. So I'll skip the next few stitches, and into that chain 2 space it's 5 double crochets, 3, 4, 5, chain 2, 5 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, So I'll work the 5 double crochet, chain 2, 5 double crochet into the chain 2 spaces. I've completed the stitch pattern for the sleeve, so we'll now move on to our double crochet part of the top. So that would be we working the back body, half the back body. So into that stitch after the double crochet chain 2 stitch pattern, work a double crochet and continue with double crochets to the end. I've completed round 9, so to end it's slip stitch into the 3rd chain from chain 3. I've completed the yoke, which now measures 19 centimeters or 7.5 inches, and I've repeated round 9 to complete the yoke. We'll now move on to the body. I've chained 3 round 1 of the body. I've chained 3 and double crocheted across to the shoulder, and I've left behind 1, 2, 3 stitches. So I've stopped into that 4th stitch before the shoulders or the sleeve. So then it's chain 1 and join to the other side with a double crochet. Again, I'll skip 1, 2, 3 after the double crochet chain 2 double crochet stitch pattern, 1, 2, 3 stitches, and into that next stitch I'll double crochet to join. So we've joined the first armhole space, and I'll double crochet to the next armhole space. I'm at the next armhole space and I've skipped the 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3. So I've worked my last double crochet into that 4th stitch before the last. Then it's chain 1 and I'll join to the other side, skipping 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and into that 4th stitch before the end I'll work a double crochet to join. Then it's double crochet to the end. To complete the round, it's slip stitch into the 3rd chain from chain 3 to join. I've continued and completed the body of the top. For round 2, I chained 3 and worked double crochets. I also worked a double crochet into that chain 1 that we had worked in round 1 under the armholes. So into those chain 1s I worked a double crochet each. Round 3 to round 28, for each of those rounds I chained 3, double crocheted into all the stitches and slip stitched into the chain 3 from the start to join. For round 28, I also made certain that my stitch count was in multiples of 4. I'm now at the border at the bottom of the top. For round 1 of the border, I chained 3, double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochets into 1 stitch. Then it was skip 3 stitches and 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets into 1 stitch. So round 1 of the edging is a repeat of round 2 of the yoke with the stitch pattern, 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet, skip 3. Round 2 of the border, I chained 1, single crocheted into the same stitches, chain 1, then it was a single crochet, 1 single crochet into that chain 2 space, and a single crochet each into the double crochets, and of course a single crochet into the chain 2 space. So continue with that pattern to the end of the round. Single crochet into the double crochets and a single crochet into the chain 2 space. I completed the border by slip stitching into the chain or the single crochet from the start of the round. I then fastened off and cut off the excess yarn. So that completes the body of the top. We'll now work on the sleeve. So to begin with the sleeve, attach yarn to the sleeve, but we're working on the wrong side. So on the inside of the sleeve, I'll attach yarn to that last double crochet from the 5 double crochet that we worked. So that stitch pattern, 5 double crochet, chain 2, 5 double crochet that you see here. The last double crochet is where I'll attach yarn. Secure with a chain 1. So now I'll work double crochets from this 5 double crochet stitch pattern to the next, just to bring up the stitches, because if you look at the sleeve, it's rather low down here. So to bring up the stitches, I'll work double crochets. So I'm looking to work one of these 5 double crochet, chain 2, 5 double crochets at the underarm. So in order to do that, I need 7 stitches. So, and it definitely looks like there'll be more than 7 stitches. I'll have to reduce to get those 7 stitches, or decrease rather, to get those 7 stitches. So for my first double crochet, then the second, so the third I'll reduce or decrease. So I've inserted the hook into the stitch, pulled up a loop, insert the hook into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, go through 2 loops on the hook. So to decrease again, it's yarn over, insert the hook into the stitch, pull up a loop, insert the hook into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, go through 3 loops on the hook. So if I count, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 double crochets, and I need 3 more. So I'll have to decrease again. That's 5. 6. And the last one, 7. Then it's slip stitch into that last double crochet from 5 double crochet. So that was round 1 of the sleeve, where we just brought up our stitches under the armhole, brought it up a bit in height. Round 2, we'll now turn, we'll work on the right side again, and then it's yarn over and into the skip 1, 2, 3, and into that 4th double crochet. We'll work our 5 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, chain 2, 5 double crochet, all into that 1 stitch, 3, 4, and 5. So the first 5 double crochet, chain 2, 5 double crochet of round 2 actually helps to bring up our stitches. Okay, then once we've done that, slip stitch into that first double crochet from the next 5 double crochet, chain 2, 5 double crochet. So this chain 2 space from the next 5 double crochet, chain 2, 5 double crochet will mark off our first stitch pattern. Now we're moving on to round 3. This pattern here for the 5 double crochet, chain 2, 5 double crochet, the 1 stitch pattern that we worked counts as round 2. So then round 3 is slip stitch to get into that chain 2 space. Because we're working in the round, we'll always slip stitch at the start of the round to get into the first chain 2 space. Then it's chain 3 and 4 double crochets, 2, 3, 4, chain 2 and 5 double crochet all into that same chain 2 space. And the 5th one. Continue with 5 double crochet, chain 2, 5 double crochet into the next chain 2 spaces to the end of the round. To end round 3, it's slip stitch into the 3rd chain from the start. Notice that it looks rather neat under the arm because we brought up the stitches here. So everything's in line and we can just continue with the pattern. I've completed the sleeve working to round 24. As I worked the sleeve, the further along I got, I also decreased by changing from a 5 double crochet, chain 2, 5 double crochet to a 4 double crochet, chain 2, 4 double crochet. And then right at the end, the 2 rounds, I worked 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. My last round was a 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet, and I finished off by single crocheting into all double crochets and a single crochet into the chain 2 spaces. I then fastened off and cut off the excess yarn. Repeat the process for the next sleeve. All that's left to do is to weave in all the ends.